guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. So I was about to shoot this video when I hit 100k and I was so emotional that I had to kind of film a thank you message, and every setup and everything would be same. I really don't do much with the setup. I know I get regular comments ki your background and everything is just the same. Guys, that's how I live. This is not a studio, this is my living apartment. I stay here and I just want to keep it casual and real with you guys. So that's why the setup and background has not changed. I was just studying, so the only thing that I did was I just put my books in a pile right over here so that it looks a bit neat. That's it. So today I'll be talking about my life. It's going to be a chit chat video, and today I'll tell you how I manage my studies along with work and along with the housework. So a lot of you did ask me a lot of questions as to how I purchased this house, what my real job is, and how I managed to do all of this all by myself alone. This video is going to be particularly about time management. I'm not really robotic by habit and I am not perfect every single day. There are times when I struggle to juggle all these things up. So just let's quickly start with a small gist that I would want to give you about my work, about my background, for all those people who are new in the family. So as far as work is related, I have worked as a trainee in Leela when I was in college, and then I joined the Oberoi hotels and resorts. I worked for a very brief period there. I'll tell you why. And then I started YouTube. So currently what I'm doing is YouTube. I also used to take tuitions in the past, but right now my only job that I have is of YouTube. I'm a full-time YouTuber at the moment, and that's where I draw my earning from. That's where I draw my inspiration and also my strength from. So you can say my passion and hobby and work is YouTube. And then I'm studying for UPSC Civil Services. That is my studies. That takes most of my time. And also because as I stay alone, I have to do entire of the housework. I have to do cleaning and sweeping and swabbing and washing clothes and all of that, and I manage all of this all by myself, including all the finances, taking care of the bills, etc. Honestly, it is not very easy, but if you happen to take the responsibility like this, like juggling with work and studies and housework, it's not that difficult either. The thing is that you have to actually manage the time very well. I'm not saying I'm very robotic and I do everything second by second and I have every single minute planned. Nothing of that sort. I have like half of my week goes in confusion, and then the rest of the week goes in rectifying those confusions and the mistakes that I've done. So that's how it happens pretty much. Earlier I used to be very finicky about perfection, but right now I have kind of given myself that happy space where if things doesn't go my way, I still would say it's okay, that's totally all right, you can do better next time. I have just gone a bit easy on myself. So all of this sometimes is a little bit overwhelming, and sometimes I also forget all of this. I mean, you know, sometimes you can forget the small things like you have to pay the electricity bill, or sometimes you can forget ki, oh my god, my internet or Wi-Fi connection ka due date aa gaya, and you have to pay for that as well. So you need to have money or the backup for that as well, and you have to plan and schedule accordingly. I don't have a secretary or anybody to remind me, so I rely on my own things and I write things down. For that purpose, guys, if you have to struggle with a lot of things, or if you have to multitask, the best thing that I can suggest you is maintain notebooks or diaries where you can you know, write things down. You can do it digitally. I'm one of those people who like to put pen to paper. I write everything down, literally everything down. So I have 4 diaries with me. This is the first diary that I have, and in this I actually write everything as to what all I have to do, leaving studies. Like if I have to shoot a video, I'll write down over here, including that if I have to take a bath or wash clothes, or if I have to make a grocery list, or if I have to talk to somebody, I write everything in it. And once I've finished that task, I just strike that off. That is one of the most satisfying things that I love to do, and it's only to strike off I complete the task. So I take smaller goals, I make smaller goals so that I can have more of the strike paths or the strike off lines in my diary, and just gives me so much motivation to kind of work. So this one is a miscellaneous kind of a diary. I got this one for I think 20 rupees or 25 rupees from Sunday's Daryaganj market. Very inexpensive. The next diary that I have currently made, pehle to I used to write about studies as well in this one, but उसमें बड़ा confusion होता था. So I've kept the miscellaneous one, like you have to pay the electricity bill, or you have to pay the newspaper wala bhaiya, or you have to do something for the day. Everything goes into this. So the list in this particular notebook is bigger. Then I have this particular diary which I recently got from Miniso, and I've made it as my study diary, and I write as to what I have to read that day. I have to finish the paper, what all I have to revise, how much I've covered, everything that I have to study for my exam on that particular day. I write in this one. Then as I have work as well, I do have a YouTube diary as well. In this I write about my YouTube ideas, as to what videos I have to shoot and what are the things that I have to show, and all of those kind of important things. If I have to mention in the video, I write everything down, and once the video is done, like for example I've done videos in the past, I would just strike that off. That means I've completed, I have shot that video and I've uploaded and posted it, so that you know, I clearly know that this page is not important for me. So I have 3 diaries for 3 of my work. This for housework and miscellaneous, this is for my studies, and this is for YouTube. And there's also this small little diary which I have maintained, where I write your recommendations. So if you suggest me anything, any product or anything that you want, or any video request or anything, I write it down over here. This is really handy. So these are the 4 things that I've maintained for now, and I try to stick to it, but not every day I can really stick to it. Let's talk about my job real quick. So you guys know I moved into this house almost a year back. A lot of you did ask me as to how I was able to manage to buy a house for myself. This is a very tiny apartment, and my father did help me purchase it. He gave me a lump sum amount, but I also have a loan on me. The loan is not very much, but then I am repaying that back. So for that I need to work. I had a job earlier, as I mentioned to you guys. I was working at the Oberoi's, but then I was also studying. So what happened was that the job used to take most of my time, and then when I used to get back home, I used to be so tired that I would just straight off go to bed, and koi padhai and kuch nahi ho pata tha. So one day I just decided to leave the job, and I wanted to do something because I had to take care of myself financially, and a full-time job from 9 to 5 was not really catering to the purpose that I was working towards. So I thought of doing a lot of other things, and in that other thing was also taking up tuition. So I started teaching kids. If you guys are aware about the rates of tuition in Delhi, it was a pretty decent payment, and I mean, it was a decent payment, but then you know, it was very monotonous. Pehle ghar mein padho, then go and teach, and then come back and study. It was very monotonous, and then I started thinking about doing something creative, because I wanted to satisfy that corner of my life. And I do have a YouTube journey ka video. I did it, I think, way back, I think 1.5 years back. I'll leave a link of it in the direction I'll leave a link of it here as an iCard, and also in the description box. You can check that out. That's very much relevant even today, because I stick word by word to that even today. So I'm not going to repeat all of that as to how I started YouTube. Today I will just be talking about as to how I manage my time, juggling with these 3 things, which is like way too much for me to handle at times. So yes, I started teaching, and because it became monotonous, I started with YouTube. Now with YouTube, initially it was fine, because I did things at my ease, and I was very consistent also in the beginning. But later on, you know, as brands approached you, you know, start feeling that pressure ki, you know, you have to, you know, do the video whether or not you want to do it, and then you have studies to do, and then also you know ki yaar ghar saaf karna hai, and also that there's a pile of clothes that you have to wash. So everything was pretty overwhelming. बहुत मुश्किल होता है juggle करना. Not, I would say कि initially हर वक्त juggle करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. If you guys are working, and if you guys take care of your house, you guys know that how difficult it is at times. So same thing happened with me, and so I started maintaining this diary. And even though I would like to wake up early in the morning, waking up early really helps, because then I can do most of my studies in the morning without bothering about editing of the videos or shooting video or anything, video planning or anything. But if I wake up late, because my job is like that I have to shoot the video in the night, because I cannot shoot it during the day because there's so much of noise. So late night shooting, meaning late night sleeping. That means you get up late in the morning the next day, and then everything gets late. So that is one thing I'm still struggling with, but you know, I'm just trying to cope up with it, and that's what I do. So right now, how I manage my time is, like for example, I'm shooting this video right now, and it is almost 3 in the morning. I'm going to shoot this video, and as soon as this video is done, I will not touch anything over here. I'll just switch off the lights and I'll go to bed, because sleeping is important. And then I'll wake up the next day, like after 6 or 7 hours of sleep, which is pretty difficult. Mostly I get 5 hours of sleep, and then the first thing that I would do is not think about YouTube at all, not think about this particular video at all. The first thing in the morning that I do is make my list as to what all I have to do when it comes to the housework, when it comes to YouTube, and when it comes to my studies. And then right after waking up, I'll just freshen up, take my tea, eat something, and I directly go on to study. Like for example, if I wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning, at 11, by any means, after doing everything, like taking a bath and everything, I sit down to study, and then I study till afternoon, till 2:30 p.m. and then after that I will take a break for like half an hour, 1 hour, listen to some music, and in that moment I also write some video ideas. If I have to write the concept of any video, I'll do that. I will do that as well. After that, I again sit back to study for 2 hours, get up at 4 o'clock. From 4 to 6:30 in the evening, I try and edit my videos, and in that moment I don't think of anything, because obviously if you're editing a video, you can't listen to music, you can't talk to anybody, you can't do anything. You have to, you know, constantly be focused and be there. So that's what I do. And then after that, I take a bath once again in the evening, because it just makes me feel fresh. I take a bath, I get ready, and I take a break. That's very, very important for me. Then I make some tea or coffee for myself. I chill and I just watch Netflix. Maybe right now I'm watching Designated Survivor. Yes, and it's a really, really nice show. And when I'm watching Netflix or anything, I'm not thinking about work, or I'm not thinking about studies, or I'm not thinking about anything else. और ये सब करते हुए बीच में जो थोड़ा बहुत टाइम मिलता है, उसमें थोड़े से कपड़े वॉश कर लिए, झाड़ू पोछा कर लिया. That takes me around 1 hour, और वो मैं पार्ट्स में निकालती हूँ. लाइक इकट्ठा I don't do the entire of the housework. I do it in bits and parts while listening to music, you know, while taking small little breaks. So that's how I manage housework. And after doing my editing and all, after I've done watching Netflix and all, I put on a little bit of makeup, अपना setup लगा के, and then I shoot the video. So shooting, I think I start shooting by around 9 o'clock. आज बहुत late हो गया है. After that, by 9 o'clock in the evening, मैं पूरी कोशिश करती हूँ that I sit down to film a video. I just have one SD card, and it doesn't have a lot of memory. And you guys know, by nature, by default, I just shoot longer videos. So at the max, I can do maximum I can do 2 videos, not more than that, depending on the kind of battery and the capacity of my SD card. I know I should get that, and I'm just delaying it, but I can shoot maximum of 2 videos, but generally I shoot 1 video, and then I'm done for the day. And after that, I just transfer the footage from this camera to my iPad. While that is happening, I just remove my makeup, thoda sa ye sab kuch jo after haul, you know, it looks like a hurricane has hit this particular place. So wo sara theek thak karke I make my bed, and then I go to bed, and then the next day फिर वो cycle repeat होता है. So basically every day I'm not that productive. Sometimes I wake up really late, like by 12 o'clock, तो पूरा दिन you know, becomes disturbed, and then I really struggle to complete my task, whatever I have written down in this one, or whatever I have to achieve for that day. The key to all of this is, guys, one thing that I would tell you, that you know, make smaller goals for yourself for every single day, and then for every single week, and then for every single month, and try achieving the smaller goals. And I've been doing it constantly for 2.5 months, and my productivity has kind of increased, and I'm really proud of it. Not that I'm able to strike off everything in the list, from the list that I make. No, that never happens. Then that particular thing moves on to the next day, and that's how I pretty much work. But I give myself break. I make things easy for myself. I don't really stress out. I don't curse myself, and I don't really hit myself that, oh my god, you are a loser, you cannot do anything because you could not do this particular task. Nothing of that sort. Just take a chill pill, relax, move on to the next day. That doesn't mean that you keep on delaying and procrastinating everything, but yes, sometimes if because of the paucity of time you are unable to carry on a particular task, or if you're unable to complete a particular job, that's totally fine if that can be done the next day. So you just have to prioritize when you're making that list, and it really becomes a habit, and when it does become a habit, it becomes easier to kind of execute that. That's how I pretty much work. और dinner और lunch के बारे में अगर आप सोचो तो ये बीच बीच में होता रहता है. I keep on munching the entire day while I'm listening to some music. When I'm taking a break, I just cook something here and there. The advantage, the position that I am in is that I have to cook just for myself, so it's not that big of a hassle. I mean, I really salute all of you who handle the entire family after managing a job. So, you know, I probably am not the best person to be giving you advice on time management, but yes, you have to accept one thing, that not every day is going to be the same, and that you will not suddenly be transformed into a robot and you would execute everything like an alarm clock. You can't do that, you know, minute by minute wise. Also, as I mentioned about the break previously, so yes, I take one day break, that is Sunday or Wednesday. Either of these 2 days I take a break, I relax, I chill, I watch Netflix, I eat good food, and that's the only thing that I do. I completely cut off myself from any digital platform, and I do exactly what I want to do, and that also includes sleeping or anything that I really like. One day break actually freshens me up for the next day, the shoot, the studies, the housework, and the daily struggle of life. So that's how I manage the things, and there is no perfect day, and there is no perfect moment that you will become perfect. Every day you will have something or the other where you will have to balance things out, you know, and every day will be a struggle like that, and you just have to be prepared. Every day when you wake up in the morning, just tell yourself that today is going to be the best day of my life, and I'm going to make the most of everything, and I'm going to make the most of every situation, every single minute, and every resources that I have towards making my future better. And that's what I do, and it really makes a lot of difference. A little bit of a prepping up in the mind itself actually makes the task a lot easier, and also set smaller goals. मेरे साथ बहुत बड़ी problem है, when I start writing a 2 pages का to-do list हो जाता है, 2-3 pages का, and that is really impossible for me to finish. And then at the end of the day, when I'm just reviewing everything, I'm like, I couldn't do it, I can't do it. No, that's not how it works. Make smaller goals for yourself. Just give yourself maybe 2 tasks. Finish it off, strike it off, and you'll know the satisfaction, and then you'll be motivated to do more. So that's how I manage time, and that's how I manage my work. I'm not really very successful at it, but I am almost getting there, you know. I'm feeling happy, and that's very important to me. Do let me know what you do to manage your time, to manage your life. If you're juggling with multiple things at a time, let me know that as well. But yes, I know one thing for sure, that if you have priority for something, like for example, studies are my priority, so I will definitely take time out for that. YouTube is my passion, my hobby. Definitely it is on the top of my list, so I will take time out for that. And also comfort and a little bit of relaxation and a little bit of a mental peace is also priority, because you know, you need to be happy to be able to perform well. So I take the rest and I take that break. A break is important. Don't be very harsh on yourself. Give yourself that break. Pamper yourself, love yourself, and eventually everything is going to fall into place. Trust me, guys. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope this video was useful. I really hope you take away something from this video. I would love to know how you manage your time, how you juggle with a lot of multiple things at hand. Please put in the comment section below. It's going to motivate me and so many others like me a lot. So thank you so much once again for watching this video. Thank you so much for everything, guys. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Till then, take very good care of yourself. Keep happy, keep healthy, keep smiling. I love you. Bye, guys.